It's school time. Every student knows they need to study. Studying is important. But are some students bad at studying? How can you help your brain learn new information? We're going to look at 8 tips for how to study well. Let's get started. First, how long should you study? It isn't good to study for a long time. Sometimes a student studies for many hours the day before a test. This is not the best way to study. It's good to study for a short time, many times. Break your study time into small chunks. For example, don't study 3 hours all at one time. Split it up into 6 short 30-minute study times on 6 different days. Repeating small study times will help your brain remember the new information longer. When is a good time to study? It's a bad idea to study when your body and brain are tired. If you lose sleep, you can reduce your memory for up to 4 days. It's best to study when you are awake and have energy. Make sure your body has enough energy from good, nutritious food, too. What is a good study schedule? It's good to study at the same time every time. Make a study schedule and keep it the same time every week. Choose a good time to study and do it at the same time every week or every day. Your body and your brain will get used to studying at the same time. Studying will get easier because your brain and body will be ready to learn at your scheduled study time. What about music? Some people like to listen to music when they study. Some people say it helps them focus. But most of the time, that isn't true. Music doesn't help you study better. In fact, music can distract you. Your brain doesn't focus 100% on your studying when you listen to music. So take a break from the music and try some quiet. What about goals? It's important to have goals when you study. Think about what you want to finish or understand at the end of your study time. For example, maybe your goal is to know your weekly spelling words perfectly. Maybe you want to memorize a list of vocabulary words. Maybe you want to finish reading a specific number of pages in your book. Maybe you want to memorize different verb forms like simple past and past participles. Choose a study goal and you will study better. What tools should you use for studying? Tools like highlighters look nice and sometimes they help you remember a word you didn't understand, so you can ask your teacher later. That is a good way to use highlighters. But many students highlight too much. If you highlight too many words or too many ideas, highlighters stop helping your brain. Too much highlighting is bad for studying. It can distract you from the main idea. Don't highlight too much when you read. Flashcards, however, are a good tool for memorizing. Flashcards will help you remember vocabulary words, spelling words, and verb conjugations. You can use your flashcards at your scheduled study times, or you can use them when you have a break, like a bus ride home. If you want to study well, you need to practice, practice, practice. The more that you practice your English skills, the better your English will become. This is true with writing. When you write a paragraph or an essay, practice writing it many times. After each draft, read your work and make any changes you need. Then write it again. Keep practicing writing until there are no more errors to fix or changes needed. Practice can help for tests too. Use your book or worksheets from the teacher to practice questions for a test. Or you can go to the computer lab and practice grammar on one of the computer programs. The more you practice, the more you will improve. So, where should you study? It's good to find a special place to study and use the same space every time. If you study in the same place every time, your brain and body will get ready to learn faster. Find a quiet place at your house or at the library. Make sure you have all the supplies you need for studying, so you don't have to spend time finding anything when your books are open. And make sure your study area doesn't have distractions like music, your phone, or Facebook. Well, I hope you enjoyed these study tips. Now you are ready to study better than ever. Good luck!